Glad you're streaming with us. Well, President-elect Donald Trump's selections for his administration are almost complete. Overnight, he announced more key appointments, including a new director for the National Institutes of Health, an RFK Jr. ally and harsh critic of the pandemic lockdown. Senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in West Palm Beach, Florida, with more. Selena, we are learning, actually, before we get to the new appointments, we are learning apparently that some of Trump's cabinet nominees and appointees were targets of bomb threats.
Yeah, we're learning from Trump's spokesperson that some of his cabinet nominees and appointees faced violent threats last night and this morning. According to the Trump spokesperson, they faced attacks like bomb threats and swatting. So swatting is when someone makes a hoax phone call reporting a serious emergency with the intent of sending a SWAT team to a particular location. Now, the FBI has also released a statement saying they are aware of these threats, that they're taking all of these potential threats seriously and working with law enforcement partners. Now, the Trump team also said that law enforcement acted quickly and made sure that everybody was safe. We are learning some of the names of people who were targeted. It includes Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, who is Trump's pick to be the ambassador to the UN, Lee Zeldin, nominated to the EPA, and Brooke Rollins, who Trump picked to run the Agriculture Department. But all of this, Kira, does come amid this heightened political environment. Donald Trump this year has faced several threats, including that attempted assassination attempt back in July during that rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where that bullet grazed Donald Trump's ear before he was rushed off stage by U.S. Secret Service.
So let's get to the NIH pick now. He's been against vaccine and mask mandates in the past. What else do we know?
Yeah, so this is Dr. Bhattacharya. He is a Stanford University doctor. He also studies economics, and he would be running the National Institutes of Health, which is the world's largest medical research agency. And he's also a very vocal critic of this very agency that he's been tapped to run. As you mentioned, he was very harshly critical of those vaccine mandates and mask mandates during the pandemic. He was also one of the loudest critics in general of the federal government's response, especially those pandemic lockdowns. He does hold views that are outside of the medical mainstream, but which are embraced by Donald Trump and some of his allies, like RFK Jr., who is Trump's pick to run the Department of Health and Human Services. RFK Jr. has no medical training, no government experience. He's also endorsed a host of conspiracy theories that have been debunked.
And Selena, Trump has also picked General Keith Kellogg now to serve as a special envoy for Ukraine and Russia. He definitely has a resume.
Yeah, Donald Trump just making this appointment today, and he's been very close to Donald Trump for a long time. He previously served as a national security advisor to former Vice President Mike Pence and as chief of staff to the National Security Council during the first Trump administration. So he's been at the conservative America First Policy Institute, which has ties to several key Trump appointees, including Brooke Rollins and Linda McMahon. And he wrote a paper for that institute talking about the blueprint that he sees for an end to the war in Ukraine. He'd be playing a critical role in trying to resolve that conflict, which Donald Trump vowed to do swiftly on the campaign trail without explaining how. So in this policy paper, he writes that the U.S. should condition aid to Ukraine on Ukraine entering peace talks with Russia. He also writes that NATO leaders should hold off on granting Ukraine membership for an extended period in exchange for a comprehensive and verifiable peace deal with security guarantees. And also, just like several other Trump appointees, General Kellogg is a current Fox News contributor.
Yes, he is. Selena Wang. Seems like the president-elect is choosing a lot of people from Fox News. Stay tuned. Thank you.